Anganwadi toilets, cleaning your nalis, and creating soak pits for disposal of liquid waste, creating garbage pits, creating vermicompost pits, etc. We have developed a concept called Swachh Gram. Swachh Gram is ODF plus. It has 8 criteria, well laid out criteria, which include segregation of waste, disposal of degradable waste, disposal of non-degradable waste with the help of kabadis, even having dustbins in your cars, in your vehicles. So we call them as Swachh cars or clean cars. So we have this campaign called Swachh Car. So there are such 8 criteria. One important criteria is ensuring cleanliness of all your toilets. So we have moved ahead from construction of toilets to ensuring their cleanliness, even your public toilets, school toilets, Anganwadi toilets, your Gram Panchayat toilets. So these women undertake activity of cleaning even those toilets on a regular basis. Cleaning your water tanks, school water tanks, Anganwadi water tanks, Panchayat water tanks, even your traditional water bodies. So these women undertake all these activities on a regular basis, and if they qualify in these 8 criteria to 100% extent, then we declare them as Swachh Gram. Very recently we have had our first Gram Panchayat, Khaddar Panchayat, declared as Swachh Gram. And now I have given them 5 lakh rupees from our developmental funds. That is just an incentive. It's not a separate fund, just from our regular development funds, we have given them 5 lakh rupees as an incentive so that other panchayats are also motivated to undertake this particular activity. So the results are, we are doing this from 31st October. We launched this Mandi Vikas Abhiyan on 31st October 2014. And since then, the results are that we have had more than 2 lakh activities. Of cleanliness, out of which almost we have constructed 30,000 soak pits, more than 15,000 garbage pits, and such many things. And let me tell you that for all these activities, we have not paid even a single penny to any of these women. It's phenomenal show of volunteerism by them. They work very hard to dig those pits, to create those pits, soak pits, to carry stones, to do some cement work wherever possible. And in fact, many of them have painted them, decorated them, so it's quite inspiring. For all this, I would say, what was the purpose of starting this? It's not that we wanted to have our roads clean or schools cleaned without charges or free of charge. It's basically changing their behavior. Let me tell you, while interacting with their families, I found that neither these women nor their families now litter on roads, because they know if I litter around, it is one of my family members who would go there and clean it. So this is actual behavioral change. So now we have 60 to 70,000 families who think twice or thrice before littering around, because one of their family member would go and clean it. So this is real achievement for this particular campaign. And the outcome, if I go from results to outcome, the real outcome has been women empowerment. This particular campaign has given them opportunity of social congregation and social interaction outside their household course. And initially they have faced huge resistance from society as well as from their families, and we have listened to some inspiring stories how they overcome that particular resistance. In fact, in our society, cleaning in public places is not very honorable job. So they were on the receiving side of some sarcastic remarks, even casteist remarks, or means it's really bad to hear those experiences. But they resisted those things. They persisted with that. They persevered, and now they have become heroes and champions. 5 heroes have been honored by Honorable Minister just recently. In fact, in some of the places, this particular campaign turned into a fight against some social malicious. Like in Bungrel Chowk Panchayat, women started their campaign or fight against their ostracization during menstrual cycle. During menstrual cycle, they literally become untouchables, and they had to stay in cow sheds during those 3-4 days period. Women said that this is against personal hygiene, and they started fight against it. In another campaign, in another village, they fought against liquor menace, because during the cleaning of public places, they found that liquor bottle was the biggest component of garbage they were collecting. So they started fight against liquor menace. There are many such stories. In fact, close to 10,000 women have learned to use mobile and use internet on mobile during this campaign. And so this particular campaign has transformed from Abhiyan to Andolan, it has really become, Swachhata has really become a social movement at our place because of participation of these women. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sandeep Kadam. Sir, the way Himachal is proceeding, they are moving towards the next generation. Just for your information, sir, in cities we have sewerage system where our toilets are connected. But in rural areas, we have very simple technology, which was mentioning about the pits. And the technology, the methodology which is used is a twin pit, and it is quite safe, sir. One pit is used at a time. When it is filled up, the next pit is used. So a lot of misconception is there amongst the people that how you will dispose of the waste, particularly the fecal material. So technology is available. We just need to replicate it and make sure that that is conveyed to the people. So in the series, I'll just request Madam Neetu Prasad just to yeah.
Good afternoon, sirs. It's an honor to meet you in person, sir. I am Neetu Prasad, District Collector, Karimnagar. As per 2012 survey, sir, our district population is 35,000 and 6.5 lakh household were to be converted into toilets, sir. In 2 years, like up to October 2014, we had already constructed 1 lakh toilets. So another 2.2 lakhs toilets to be constructed in Swachh Bharat mission, sir. Till now we have constructed 1 lakh 6,000 and another 44,000 is going on. Almost 100% sanction is given, almost like 30,000 is left, sir. We have achieved 80% coverage, and by March 2017 we want to make our district ODF, sir. It's another thing that Telangana new districts are being formed, and from October Karimnagar district will become 3 districts. But still we are trying very hard to make all those 3 districts also open defecation free by March 2017. We have started with high coverage and high awareness. So real challenge before us was how to construct toilets, even though funds are slow to come in, because everybody wanted to construct toilet, but fund shortage was the real issue. So we thought that political functionaries, especially panchayat functionaries, if they can be brought in into entire system, and if they take the leadership role, our work will be easier, because they can bring a lot of fund also from DRDA, from panchayat, and from their own resources if they are enough motivated. So we have taken constituency saturation approach. We have got 13 constituency. We have started with one of the constituency which is belonging to Panchayat Raj Minister, and all the constituency level functionaries from MLA to Jila Parishad members, Mandal Parishad members, Panchayat, and then ward members. Apart from other groups, like other groups, every collector is saying that community approach is very vital. But what I feel the difference between earlier schemes and this scheme is the prime role given to politically functionaries and the quick results we have got by this system. So we have involved each and every political functionaries, Panchayat Raj functionaries, and they had taken the leadership role as they are the natural leaders, so they could motivate people in general to construct toilets even though funds are not coming. And our fund mobilization was on community basis. So water and sanitation committee led by Sarpanch, they have got the entire money. Many times fund could not come in time, like it took 2 months even after construction of toilets, but these people have put their own money sometime, and they purchase as bulk lot of bricks, sand, and other ring and all those other items. So this has brought very quick result, and we are following the same method in other constituency also. We have already saturated 3 constituency, and another 4 constituency are on their way to become ODF by 2nd October. They have almost reached 89-90%. So we are developing this model, and I feel that political functionaries, especially panchayat functionaries, if they get involved, the results are really to be seen. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for those very interesting stories, and I'm sure they have given Mr. Tendulkar a flavor of what's happening on the ground in Swachh Bharat. We will now request our guest of honor to give you his impressions of what he's heard, but actually talk a little bit about the challenges of leadership which he has faced in his incredible career. So please welcome me again in requesting Mr. Tendulkar to be looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to be here as a Swachh Bharat ambassador, also ambassador of UNICEF as far as Team Swachh is concerned. I consider myself a part of this team. And to be here in this room amongst all the IS officers makes me feel proud of myself. Thank you very much for this invitation, because this is one cause which is really, really important. And I was asked by Mr. Iyer to give a message to you, and I said, what do I teach them about Swachh Bharat? Instead, I chose to be here to appreciate and applaud everything that you do. You know, if I have to compare a life of IS officer to a cricketer or a Formula One driver, you know, normally when a cricketer goes out and he scores runs, or a Formula One driver, racing driver, when he wins a Grand Prix, the focus is only on him. But there is a huge team working behind the scenes. And you know, what you guys are doing is a selfless job. What do you guys get in return? Massive satisfaction. You know, and that is something no one else can judge. You know, there'll be various things analyzed by X, Y, Z, and they will study all the reports and those kind of things. But satisfaction is something which is from within. And when you look at yourself in the mirror, you know that you have done a good job. And those kind of things are important, which you cannot go to any market and buy in any shop. It has to be from within. So I want to take this opportunity to be here and thank all of you personally for all your efforts, and also remind you at the same time that the journey has just begun. From all your experiences and your first-hand interactions with everyone, we know that, you know, something like this has been happening for a number of years now, many decades. And to change that mindset is not going to happen overnight. I felt that it was an appropriate platform to share my thoughts and my experiences from a cricketing viewpoint. I remember I was batting with Rahul Dravid once, and we were finding difficult to manage to play against Chris Gaines, who was really bowling well, and he was, I don't know how many guys understand the intricacies of cricket, but I'll just explain to you, because this is about trust and transparency and teamwork. So we were finding difficult to play against Chris Gaines, and we felt that the way he's bowling, he could get us out any moment. He was bowling reverse swing, and in between the over, we normally get together and we discuss how the pitch is playing, how the ball is swinging, or it's turning, or it's bouncing more, whatever, and what are the best options to play. So Rahul and I discussing, he said, this reverse swing is getting difficult to manage, and we are not able to see the shine, because basically, whichever side the shiny side is, the ball tends to go in that direction, and we were not able to figure out the batsman. So I came up with this suggestion. I told Rahul that, Rahul, you know what we need to do? The non-striker batsman, whose job is to just watch the bowler and spot which side the shiny side is. And then the batter who's facing the ball, he has to keep looking at the non-striker and not at the bowler. And the non-striker's job was to hold a bat in different hands, whichever side the shine was. So for the first time, I think in the history of cricket, the batter was not looking at the bowler, but he was looking at the non-striker, in which hand the bat is. And suddenly from, getting beaten every over a couple of occasions, we started hitting 2 boundaries every over. And the opposition realized that there is something wrong in this. Suddenly things have changed and, the batters are looking comfortable. So somebody observed that, I am constantly shifting the bat. Once it is in my left hand, the other ball, it was in my right hand. They said, maybe something is going on. So Chris Kane suddenly decides to hold the ball cross seam, where, I sort of had prepared for that as well. And Chris Gaines bowled the ball and looked at me and said, what have you got for this now? So he didn't realize that I had sort of told Rahul that the moment I don't see, I'm going to hold the bat in the middle. So you have to manage. So the moment I realized that, I held the bat quickly in the middle and Rahul had to manage that ball. And after that over, I got together with Rahul in the middle and I said, Rahul, job is done. We've disturbed him mentally. Now we can play together. But all I'm trying to say is, you will also find challenges, but you got to find solutions, because the solutions will be there. If we focus on problems, you will only be addressing problems and, discussing problems and not solutions. So I think as a Swachh Bharat team, we all need to focus on solutions. There will be, the second point which I experienced was, there'll be a number of challenging naysayers who would only show you, okay, the glass is half empty and not half full. I would much rather look at the glass is half full, how can we fill the other half? I still remember we were going through tough times, and in 2007, when we didn't qualify in the World Cup, when we went to the West Indies, it wasn't a good tournament for us. And there were various articles written on us, personally on me. Also, suddenly I discovered that, in Tendulkar, there is also Endulkar. They removed the T and they said Endulkar. And I was extremely disappointed, because playing for India and doing well is all I ever wanted in life. There was no greater dream, or there were no greater targets for me to go out and, achieve more than the World Cup. That was the ultimate thing for me. I almost thought of retiring at that stage, because the way things were going around me, it was unpleasant. I didn't enjoy that, but I had to find ways to overcome that obstacle. I had to find reasons to go back on the field and work harder. And that is where my journey began, which is about the third point which I am referring to, which is about achieving your goals and your targets, chasing your dreams. And my dream was to win the World Cup, because that is where the journey began for me. In 1983, I saw India winning the World Cup, and that is when I said, okay, one day I should also have this beautiful trophy in my hands. So I started, playing cricket, and along the way there were ups and downs. The journey was never smooth. Yes, there were a lot of things which sport taught me. A team sport taught me to sacrifice for my teammate, to understand my colleagues, to plan together what we need to do, to lead a disciplined life, be focused, and then to whatever we discuss, then to execute those plans. And not always I was successful. There were a number of occasions where I didn't perform well, we lost. But what a great teamwork taught me was to get back on my feet again and start chasing my dreams in the fairest manner. And here I feel, when that moment came in 2011, we walked inside the stadium, which was the finals of the World Cup 2011. I knew that we were steps away from achieving our goal. And while doing so, there were a lot of meetings that we had, plenty of discussions on how to live up to the expectations and expectations of billion plus people. So in that discussion, we thought that what are the positive ways of taking energy from a billion plus people? Just to think that billion plus people are not sitting on top of our head. They are with us. We are a formidable force. How many guys can beat billion plus people? I don't see anyone doing that. So this is also, I think, one fight against open defecation and many other things which are related to Swachh Bharat, where we need to believe that a billion plus people are fighting against this, and not billion plus people are someone we need to change. I think we are prepared to change, and there will be challenges, but no challenge is impossible. I think everything is possible. Sometimes we try, we push ourselves, and we are prepared to accept that it's not possible now. I'm slightly against that, and I keep telling many guys, which I have learned over the years, never stop trying, because actually success is waiting for you around the corner. It is just a matter of taking those extra couple of steps and joining hands with success and celebrating. So here, there'll be a number of occasions where we will feel that this mission is impossible. I was just wanting to share another experience with you, which a friend of mine mentioned to me. He was in Canada on the glaciers, and then they actually spent a lot of time there. And then to be on a glacier, I exactly know what it is, because I've experienced it myself. You are away from the rest of the world. But he said that all the wastage is collected in one area, and every week a cable goes down, and they have identified areas where all the wastage is basically collected. And he said, who's going to come there and bother on glaciers, whether it's clean or it's messy? He said that it is our country. I feel proud of my nation. And that is why we want to take care of each and everything which can cause harm to our nation. I sometimes see that, people throw around a lot of things. I mean, especially when you're driving, the window comes down, you chuck away all the wastage, thinking that, it's fine. मैंने अकेले ने ये नहीं डाला तो भारत थोड़ी स्वच्छ हो रहा है. But if every individual can change their approach, their attitude, we say that we are proud of India, but at the same time we are doing this. Now that somehow I cannot accept. Either you are proud of your nation or you're not. And when you're not, and when you don't respect your nation, you do all these things. You spit, you do whatever, all sorts of things. And I think that can change. We all got to take care of our motherland and value what we've got. We take things for granted and push the blame to others. If it changes from us, and what just now you said that, the kids wrote letters to their parents, I fully endorse that, because not always information goes from top to bottom. Sometimes when you're sitting having a meal together, spending time with your children, the children are the ones who can actually change the mindset of their parents and grandparents. So we got to find ways to reach our destination. And I'm so sure that together, if we decide to take up this challenge, we will find different solutions to reach our destination. And again, I'm here to just applaud what you guys do, and I hope, and I'm very sure that you'll continue to do even better, because I think a lot more effort is required to our nation to be able to achieve our targets. And together, we, the team Swachh, can achieve those results. Thank you once again for having me here.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tendulkar, for those very inspiring words and some very practical tips on leadership and for sharing those fabulous anecdotes which all of us will treasure. And again, as you mentioned, it's a team effort, and this is your team, Team Swachh Bharat. We are really privileged to have Mr. Tendulkar as, I think, the first appointed ambassador for Swachh Bharat by the Prime Minister. And your words are very inspiring. We thought now, if it's okay with you, we can open it up to just a couple of questions, general questions which you may have for Mr. Tendulkar, which he'll be happy to take. So we'll take a couple of them. So it's open now to all of you. So Vasuki is director in Kerala. Okay. Kerala is planning to become the first state in India to become open defecation free on 1st November.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. Sachinji, I don't know if, I'm sure you wouldn't remember me, but I did meet you during National Games when you were our mascot. I was literally running behind to get to you on the stage to deliver some messages. So it is not a question, sir. It's more of a request so that I thought I'll ask in front of everyone. We are having a huge campaign, sir. Sir has rightly said, we are planning to declare the entire state ODF by November 1st. And from November 1st, we are also launching a statewide people's campaign for complete waste management solutions, because in Kerala, what we face is second generation issues. And we are hoping that we can create a big enviro-cultural revolution towards responsible waste management practices. So we are in a huge campaign drive that we are planning to launch from November 1st. So it is more of a request whether I could get some time of your busy schedule so that we can film you delivering some messages to our state. That's my request. Thank you.
Sure. I think, being a Swachh Bharat ambassador, this is my responsibility, and I'd be more than happy to deliver messages.
Thank you.
Wow. Sachin has immediately agreed, so you guys better watch out. If you keep asking him, he's going to be dragged all around the country. Okay, any more questions? Yeah. Rohini's assistant commission collector, Madurai. Okay.
Good afternoon, all. Thank you for this opportunity, sir. I actually cannot call you Sachin ji because you are still so close to our hearts that we are not able to come out of the stadium of that mindset of calling Sachin.
Please
so
do, because that makes me feel comfortable.
Exactly. I tried when Vasuki said Sachin ji. I tried in my mind to say Sachin ji.
The day you start calling me Sachin ji, I'd be worried. I have to have a closer look at myself in the mirror.
Yeah. Thank
Say
you
that
so
you're
much
going
for
old.
making me comfortable. So it's again not a question, but I wanted to mention one thing. Many of my colleagues who are doing excellent work in sanitation, they said something about triggering, community triggering, the trigger which the community gets to, which changes them to change their behavior from open defecation to using safe sanitation method. So I faced a very interesting question from one of my senior colleagues. He asked me, what triggered you? Like what triggered me for sanitation. So I just wanted to mention that in front of all, because you may be finding your new role as Swachh Bharat ambassador as something different or something which you have not done yet. But still you in a way have inspired many people like me who are doing good work in sanitation. So I wanted to say that trigger. One of your interviews after retirement, maybe there was an interview in which it was asked what it takes to be Sachin Tendulkar. So for that question, you had answered that it's that extra 1 hour that makes me Sachin Tendulkar. That whenever you used to practice, after all your friends and all your teammates have gone, you used to practice extra 1 hour in the stadium. So that struck me somehow on that time. And then when I took up this sanitation as one of my missions, that time I thought that sanitation cannot be implemented just as a scheme in a routine manner, like weekdays and 10 to 6 in the daytime and all that. So after that, we came up with something called ODF Saturday, sir. So Sachin is my inspiration behind starting that extra one working day for each week, which we are dedicating to ODF activities. And I'm very happy happy that afterwards Secretary Sir also made it some of the ODF Saturday video conferencings with all our colleagues. So I just wanted to mention in this forum that you are, even before becoming an ambassador for Swachh Bharat, you are inspiration to many of us to do good work in sanitation. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. And that reminds me of something which we did in 2015, October, November, we did that. When Honorable Prime Minister announced me as a brand ambassador, I wanted to do it myself. I didn't want to just keep telling people that do this and do that. So we woke up early morning. I didn't want any media around. I just wanted to do it quietly. So we woke